Hello everyone, this is Ryan, and we're going to be playing Bit Heroes today. I'm just starting up a new account on Steam, and we should be good to go. So, this is the intro. I'll let you guys go ahead and read that if you'd like. But basically, you know, just the basic intros. I started playing this game on my iPhone and pretty much just like the retro style. So I was gonna play on Steam and thought, hey, I might as well record so that people can see how it's going, just to check out the game. So this is the first dungeon. And here we are, just moving along. Basically how it works is we just run into the mob and go into like this thing. So this is our basic attack. Hit that, and then our second attack will hit both mobs. And this is actually a mob that we will want to get for the heals. So hopefully we get that. I just increased the speed so that we don't have to watch the animations so long. Let's see what we got in this chest. We got a ring. Oh no, that's a neck. Awesome. So there are stats down there. 2 damage, 2 health, and 4 speed. And a hood, wood elf hood, 2 damage, 2 health, 4 speed, which is pretty good, at least for now. We can click on our guy here and see what we've got. So 10 damage, 10 health, and 14 speed. And the 14 speed, I believe, is just the rate at which our skill bar fills. So the higher the better. Got a shield, alright. A pot of gold for 114, looks pretty good. I didn't want to fight that guy because our health's pretty low. Me turbo, me smash your face. Alright. Well, this guy isn't very nice. Persuade. So basically this is how we get our familiars, which are basically the people we can add on our team. Or not people, but little characters. And it costs gold to get. So that was a basic. I'm not entirely sure how they name the different like quality: white, green, blue, purple, etc. So let's go ahead and finish this guy off. We've got a ring, so we can increase our damage by 2 and it will lose 2 speed. I say we increase our damage. So we got 1,000 gold and a potion. Alright, let's go with male. I'm pretty pale myself, and this is pretty much my hairstyle. So Ryan, let's see if that name's taken. Already in use, alright. Ryan what? Ryan Ryan guy. No, I don't like that. Ryan man. Ryan S. Ryan. All right, so this is the town. We can pretty much just walk around. Whoa. This is where we can see schematics. Let's go to the second zone. Let me show you all the familiars. So that's the one we persuaded. And basically how it works is when you get one, it shows up in here, but you can get more than one. And when you get more than one, you can add them to the stable, which allows you to like see these little 5 markings at the bottom of the image there. And as you put more and more into the stable up to 5, it'll increase the stats. And you can also use excess familiars to fuse into more powerful familiars. And usually it requires 2 familiars, some gold, and then some other resource. So now we'll get a skeleton key and some gold once we defeat this next little section. Hopefully we get some of these ghosts, because they heal. That's why I like them. Since we leveled up, we can increase our different stats. I'm going to go ahead and increase, I'm just going to go in order. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, etc. I forgot to equip that, so put that on. We're just getting better and better gear. You can also hit the auto button and it'll just automatically fight, which is pretty handy. I suggest not acquiring any of the familiars in here except the ghosts, because at the beginning we're low on gold and these familiars are basic, like white, which is 1,000 gold, and they have a 40% chance of being persuaded to join your team. See? Nice. Oh, and we got a staff. The different weapons create different skills. So the staff is pretty cool because it allows us to heal ourselves, which is pretty useful. I read online that for PvP it's better to do more damage, but I've personally found, at least in the lower levels, that increased healing is far superior than overall damage output. Oh, and we got a gem, which is pretty nice. Gems are pretty useful because well, I can't show you right now, but in the shop they have different deals that pop up, and I think I've seen like up to 33 gems drop at a time in dungeons, which is semi-rare, but it does happen. And I got up to like, actually I've had up to like almost 3,000 gems and without spending any money. And in the shop there's a pack right now for $8.50 that gets you a pet that can heal or shield you or your whole team, which I found pretty useful. And I got a pretty good one on my other account. So let's go ahead and finish off this last dungeon. I'm just going to go ahead and auto it. And basically how it works is in each zone there are 3 main dungeons, and between each dungeon there are 3 like I don't know what you would call them, but 3 zones that you have to like complete before you get to a dungeon, and we'll see the dungeon next. But it has 3 levels. It has like the basic, the middle, and the heroic, and each one has different like bonuses. So like the higher the level, the more bonuses it'll have, and I'll show you that as we go on. And once we get our chat option, I'm going to try to add some higher level friends to help us clear those heroic dungeons, because the dungeons you can use friends similar to how we have our familiars here. Which is great because it allows us to clear higher dungeon content. But the downside is that we can progress way farther than we'd be able to normally because of such strong friends, which is a downside because we don't want to go to the next zone because it's going to affect our PvP opponents, because they're going to have higher gear but also possibly better familiars. And we get 2 of these bounties every day, which are just different like daily quests that we can complete. And here we can upgrade items. I really don't want to upgrade this, but I guess I'll just do it for the achievement. And there was no achievement, but basically we can exchange all of these that we're not using for different materials, and then use those materials to upgrade things. So what did we upgrade? We upgraded one that we threw away, so that was basically just a waste, but we did it anyway. But for instance, like this, it would give us 2 more damage, 1 health, and 1 speed, which is pretty good, but in the beginning it's really not worth it. I've found that I could get up to like zone 3 without upgrading anything, or maybe finishing zone 2, and then to get into 3 I had to upgrade. What else? Let's take a look here. So now we have Boo Boo and Batty. Boo Boo's pretty awesome, like I said, because it has the heal, and that's about it. So, let's see if we can just add some of these people. That guy's pretty good. See, he's got he must have bought a pack, because he's got a bunch of tier 2 stuff. Well, maybe not. He's level 18, so. But we want people like in the level 100 plus zone. Let's just finish this dungeon, and then we'll be able to add people. So basically, once you clear the 3 between each dungeon, you can't repeat those. You can only repeat the dungeons. So basically, we'll just run these things over and over and over. It's pretty grindy, so if you don't like the grind, then you probably won't like a game like this. But use your basic skills to save SP for more powerful skills. Yeah, so basically every time you use a basic attack, you'll acquire like one skill point, and these abilities have multiple skill point costs. Like the better weapons will have I think up to like 5 or 6 different like skills, and I've only seen up to I think 3 skill points for like the greatest weapon that I've seen personally, but it may be more or less, I'm not sure. Also, something that's pretty useful. Oh, hey, look at this. I can increase the resolution. What did I want to show you guys? Dual requests. I disable that because when I was playing on my phone, I noticed a lot of people were like really high levels were dueling me, and it's just kind of stupid. And then I also take off animations so that it runs through these dungeons quicker. See how much faster that is? It sucks in the sense that you can't see who's doing what damage, but when I'm just auto clearing stuff, I don't need that. When I get to higher level dungeons, I usually don't auto. I'll like manually attack things. See, so this we could try to persuade for 2,000 gold, but look, we only have 3,000 gold, so if we did that, we're just wasting gold because I'm not gonna use this guy. Now you can get these bosses, and they're I think like considered heroic what? Familiars. So let's go ahead and use these skill points and get this ninja star. I guess it's a shield, but it looks like a ninja star. Yeah, so you can get the heroic familiars, which is probably kind of a waste unless you're planning on getting all 5. But yeah, see, I don't want to waste 300 gems on that, but I don't think it's going to give me an option. So there we go. But this is the one I wanted to show you guys. This hyper defense pet. I got this one today. A 30% chance to heal your team for 7 to 9 when you get hit, and that scales with your level. So I think for me, I'm healing for about 30 to 40, and which is, you know, every time I get hit. And so I just put my guy as a tank, and then I have 2 other healers backing me up, and works out pretty good. But look at these. You can get a shield every time you get hit or every time you hit. So these, I think these are legendary. Yeah, legendary. They're way better. Chance to spread heal for 8 to 13 per turn, which means you heal your whole team every time you get hit or you hit. I would really like this one. So I don't know what the difference between chance to heal team and chance to spread heal. Maybe spread heal means you just spread the heal out between your whole team. Chance to heal and shield team for 3 to 4, or chance to heal lowest, chance to heal and shield team for 2 to 3 per turn. Well, that one's pretty cool because you get a shield and you heal, but look how low that is. I'm trying to see if there's one to heal the team. Well, that one's pretty good. You heal the team for 7 to 9 per turn. Well, anyway, I guess we don't have to worry about it too much, but from what I saw people talking about in chat, it's best to get a defensive pet that heals or shields you or your team. And that seemed to be pretty good, but I'm sure there are some offensive ones that are good too, but I didn't even look for it, so there you go. So yeah, if you're going to spend gems, I'd say wait until you can get some kind of deal on not gear, but on like pets or accessories, because I don't think those are based on your tier. Like, say you bought one of these accessory, not an accessory, a large equipment chest for 1,000. It's gonna be scaled to your zone. So if you buy this when like you're in zone 1, what the heck's the point if you're gonna be in zone 2 before you know it? And I believe there are 8 zones. So I'm just gonna try to get a friend. Friends for heroic clears. So there we go. We beat zone 1, and see normal bonuses, and then the hard bonuses, 150% item find, experience, gold, etc., and the heroic, item find, experience, gold, capture rate. So there we go. We got 2 friends. Let's check out their levels and gear. Yeah, these guys will do just fine. Look at that, 930 damage. Woohoo! That's pretty nice. So what we can do is we can hit auto and it'll just add our friends on there, or you can just add and then you can see we have our familiars or our friends. So let me show you. This is the dungeon, and I just want to show you the Bob Forest. See, we don't have our friends on there. So as you progress further, you're not going to be able to progress even though you're clearing like high heroics levels dungeons, because your gear's not going to scale. But you probably won't run into that until zone 2 or 3. But for now, let's just get our friends in here and clear some dungeons. So now that we have some pretty high level friends, what I'm looking for is obviously to get our little boo-boo ghost so that it can heal us. which will be useful in PvP and clearing some of those in between dungeons. I don't know what to call those, like the pass between the different dungeons. So the ghost will be good for healing, and then I'm looking for the purple and red gear, which is I guess epic and mythic, or epic and heroic gear. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find one pretty soon. Oh, let's hope we get an offer to get one of these on our team, which we didn't. And the Grim Reaper. Now obviously you don't have to add friends, but I didn't know about that at first, and it sure helped me get a lot more gear and more gold, and just generally helped me progress. But I'm thinking that it may hinder how many offers you get to have people or familiars join your team, which is not a good thing, right? So what's cool about this stuff is when we look here, it takes rare materials to upgrade plus the common material. And how you get rare material is you sell duplicate rare items, or I guess they say exchange rare items for that material, or you can save up the common material and use gold to transform it into rare material. And then this is the epic material, same concept, and epic material will be used to upgrade epic weapons. And then what's cool is you can get runes and mounts and all kinds of stuff. And like that's a mount, I'm not sure where you get it, that bird thing's a mount, etc, etc. So now we're on the heroic, which gives us 300% item find, 200% experience, 200 gold, and 200% capture rate, which is pretty awesome. But it does cost 30 energy instead of 10 for the normal, but I think it's worth it. Otherwise, why would they have it in the game? Come on, Ghost! Join our team of merry travelers. So there you go. We only got offered one familiar there, which is not that great. But when we sell this rare item or exchange it, see, we got a rare material, which we can then use to upgrade this, but I don't need to upgrade yet. I'm just going to save all that until we get to a bit higher level. Let's go ahead and clear these out, and just see how we're doing. So what I wanted to tell you guys is that I read online that the best starting healer is a fusion material of, I think, Shrumps or Bob. And Bob is this little blob of green jello looking stuff, and he, or this little guy, is found on the second dungeon. And so I'll show you when we get there, but basically that's why I'm clearing out to the second dungeon. That way I could show you guys something that could be useful. I hit a bit of a stall on zone 3. I got to the first dungeon and cleared that. So here's Bob, and we could persuade him for 2,000 gold. And again, it's only a 20% success rate. So I've done this about like 30 times on my other account, and he just never joins. But he joined here, which is grand. 2 grand to be exact. Join a guild. It's definitely good to join a guild. Oh. Because there's like guild PvP. See, guild versus guild. And it's just generally a good idea to join a guild, because you can also use your guildmates as friends for clearing heroic dungeons in case you don't have any from the chat. Find and defeat Team Professor Oak. Oh, that was Shrumps. I wasn't paying attention enough to show you guys, but it's that little mushroom looking guy. So those, the green one and the mushroom, Bob and Shrumps, are the familiars we'd like to store up. And so my goal when doing it is to get 6 of each. That way when we fuse, we'll have the 1 plus the 5 that we put into the stable. So actually we need 7, so that we have 2 plus the 5 in the stables, which will allow us to have 2 healers and 2 DPS or tanks. I think they're tanks, is what the 2 fusions we're trying to get, which is Borlin and let me see, Shramps, which is a combination of the Shrump and a familiar called Gramps, which is from zone 2, I believe the second dungeon. But we're not going to get that far today because I don't want to increase my PvP ladder until I have the gear to do so. See? So here we can battle against McBain the German. Leon. I think I'm going to put Bob back in here because he has 20 DPS and we only lose 1 health and a much higher speed than Batty. Plus, since he's a rare, he's gonna do more damage than Batty. 15 to 19 or 18 to 22. But he has a special ability to deal more damage. Just basically Bob's just better. But I'm gonna keep Ryan up there because I have the most health. Well, that was pretty good. And I attribute that to Bob. Thank you, Bob. So here we go. Yeah, I mean, we just put Bob on our team and we dominate. Look at that. We got some rare material and some bronze coins. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I know that I didn't, but you can wager more tickets. If you do just one, you'll get easier targets to select from. When you do more tickets, you only have 3 opponents, and they're generally harder than when you just do one ticket. But in the beginning, you should be able to handle more, like more tickets at a time, or the tougher enemies. But like I said, I'm not gonna push to zone 2 because then my PvP opponents will be much more difficult. I just noticed we had a mushroom in here, and the mushroom gives us an enchant. So we get 3 health and 1 speed, which we can add here. And just like everything else, this goes white, green, purple, orange, yellow, and then some special ones, which basically just increase the stats that you can get. I think the yellow ones give you 7 to 11 stats, so those are obviously the ones to aim for. But in the beginning, an extra 3 health and 1 speed is pretty good in my book. And if you're heavy on damage or health or speed, then it might be good to distribute your stats in a different way. But for me, I like being more even across the board. No, thank you, Professor Oak. You know what? We should have put Bob on our team instead of Batty. If I remember when we get out of here, I'll put Bob in. Bob. Let's go ahead and collect our 5 gems. But you'll notice how much slower it is clearing these with our 3 people instead of our super powerful friends. So here's the dungeon will be running a lot if you're planning on saving up your shrumps and bobs to build Shramps and Borland. And again, Shramps and Borland are a tank and a healer that are created by fusing together two rare familiars. And I personally haven't used them yet, but apparently they're pretty good for the beginning stages of the game. And I had leveled my Ghost, the Ghost Healer, I think it's called Boo Boo or something. The one on our team here. Oh, not on this team, but that we used for clearing the 3 between dungeons. And I have that one leveled up to the full stable, plus 2 extra that I use as my like 2 teammates to heal. And basically I've only been limited by PvP, or in PvP, and also in these trials, which we haven't gotten to yet. But I think we can only get there by defeating the 3rd dungeon, which I'm not going to do because that will open up tier 2 and also increase my PvP opponents' levels, which I'm trying to avoid. So there's Shramps. Hopefully we can persuade him to join our team as well. Boom. Oh, it's Shrump, not Shramps. Shramps is who we are gonna create. But Shrump is who we're trying to persuade. Come on, Shrump. Join us, will ya? I think that was a failed attempt. Oh well. What's cool here is we can buy gear, but I don't want to waste the gold because we don't really need it at this point. And we have to run these dungeons so much that we'll end up having all purple and orange gear. But we haven't gotten an orange gear yet, so we'll see. We shall see. So I just had a question. Someone asking me, Ryan, should I get the heroic bosses if they drop? And I'd say, yeah. I mean, I think it's worth the wager if you have the gold. If you're running low on gold, definitely not worth it. But if you have excess gold, I don't see why not. But as you can see, it can get a little bit costly trying to persuade all these heroes. So maybe in the beginning it's better to avoid the bosses to join in your team, because I think it costs 4,000 gold. Oh, look at that. We got a shield, an epic shield, which gives us 2 more DP damage and 3 more health. That's what I like to see. I like to see all epics or above. So as you can see, I think we've had 3 attempts to persuade another Bob to join our team, and 3 attempts declined, which is costing us 6 grand total. So like I said, gold is a rare commodity at the beginning. And here we have another enchant, 9 to 11 stats and 1 to 2 bonuses. So let's check this out. So we get 1.6% block, and we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stats, which is way better than our 4 stats. So there we go. That's pretty good. And Shrump, I think we've had 3 or 4 Shrumps that have declined. And so that's, look, that's 3 or 4, so that's either 6 or 8,000 gold. Oh, we got another Bob, which is awesome. And I believe Bob makes a tank. The tank? Holy crap. Look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 skills there, and up to 2 skill points, which is pretty cool. Look at that damage. 188 to 563 damage to a random enemy and 4 additional enemies. So boom. That's quite a weapon. But I believe that person is a pretty high level. Like the high hundreds. Sometimes the auto isn't the most proficient at going through these dungeons. And by proficient I just mean, see how we have to backtrack to get something that we missed, or yeah, that treasure chest, which is pretty good. Those chests, 591 gold, you know, that goes a long way towards helping us collect our different familiars. So let's take a look at this. We've got 2 Bobs here, and so we can stable one, which we might as well do right now since we can't fuse until we get the other component, which I believe is a myelin from the 3rd dungeon, but I'm not even going to attempt that until we have this one filled up to 5, plus it's showing 2 here. So 2 plus 5 blue dots before I start trying to get into the next guy that we have to collect. But actually, I also want Shrumps, which will be right here with 5 blue and a 2 right there. So once those 2 are filled up, then I'll move on to the next zones. That way I don't have to come back and farm or run multiple times that dungeon to collect these guys, or familiars, as it were. So that's pretty much it. Since I can't clear any more right now, this will pretty much do it for us. And if you like the game, hopefully you download it and support it if you have the money to do so. Yeah, I'd probably buy gems personally. Well, personally, I'd probably look at the different deals that they have in the shop, because most games have some pretty awesome stuff that you can get. Like this beginner bundle, a full set of beginner runes. Yeah, so that would be pretty awesome. Contains all the items below. And we don't even have a rune right now, so plus 1,000 gems, which would give you enough to get one of these defensive pet packs, or saving up for whatever pack is there when you do decide to get something. And let me just show you the runes. Basically, this will just give us more stats. I think similar to enchants, but let's take a look just to see. Yeah, I can't even tell right now, but I think it's very similar. I think it gives us like a chance for a stat, some kind of like bonus, how it has 1% block plus any stats. But don't quote me on that because I can't remember at the moment. So there we have it, and basically my suggestion to you guys is to either run this one on Heroic or run this one on Heroic. If you're going to run this one, you're going to be looking, if you're like me, to collect the Grim Reaper, which is the boss, or the Boo Boo, and to get this one all the way up to 5, and then how many ever duplicates you want on your team, and they'll both receive the stats of having 5 in there. So in PvP, I've seen up to 5 that you can have on your team. So your character plus 4 more. So you could, if you had a 4 here plus the 5, then you would have 4 healers plus yourself. And this one, when it's leveled up, is pretty even across the stats, which is pretty damn nice if you ask me. And it heals pretty good. The only downside is the heal is on the second turn, and I believe the one that you fuse together, which is either Shramps or Borland, I'm not sure which one is which, but you can look up on the Wikipedia, just search in Google for those 2 names, and it'll tell you where they drop and what they do and all that good stuff. But supposedly one of those has a heal with just 1 SP, so 1 hit on a basic attack, and then the next turn you get to heal, whereas the Boo Boo, you have to get 2 SP, so you have to use 2 attacks before you can heal. So that's 3 turns before you get a heal off on your main character, if you don't have a staff on your main character, which we do right now. And this is a 1 SP heal, which is pretty awesome. I run a staff on my main guy right now. Once I get better familiars, I may not, but for the moment it works pretty good for me. And then what else? Yeah, so that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and that's it. So see ya.